Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. It's Tisha and we are doing a makeup video today. So my little schedule, I like a schedule. It's just who I am. I kind of plan out videos. So I do like a Tuesday top 10 and Wednesday post burns, but you sometimes just have to go with the flow. And I've been doing a little bit of hauling, and as it's coming in, I'm filming those videos. And so things have gotten moved around. But I really did want to share this collection with you. It's very special to me, and it's kind of one of those videos I just wanted to do since I started my channel. So I'm going to talk to you guys about my absolute favorite eyeshadow brand, and I'm going to try to do it in a top 10. So some of these will be combined. It's cheating, I know, but I'm going to share with you all of my Natasha Denona palettes and why I love them and which ones I think are worth the money and which ones are not really worth the money. So if that sounds good to you, let's just jump right in. We'll try to make this one a quick one. But before I do, if you're new, hi, my name is Tisha. I mostly do Bath & Body Works or candle hauling and reviewing on this channel. But every once in a while, I like to sprinkle in a little makeup, like today's video. If that sounds good to you, please consider subscribing, like this video, and absolutely leave me a comment down below. It's my favorite part. I love talking with you guys in the comments. I do it every day, like literally coffee comments, lunch break comments. So please consider doing that because like I said, that is my favorite part. And thank you so much I'm almost at like 450 subscribers. So thank you guys so much for taking a chance on me. Like I said, I don't think I look like your typical beauty person, and I also, I don't know that I review the best, but I am absolutely loving it on here. So like I said, I appreciate all of your guys' support. That being said, we're jumping right in. So at number 1098, not worth the money. I would probably steer you in another direction, but I have a couple of these 5-pan palettes. So the palettes I have at number 10 are the number 11, the number 7, and then this Peak palette that came in a BoxyCharm. Now, let me tell you, I have not paid full price for any of this makeup. And I think that price point that you feel comfortable with is personal to you. So if you're cool with spending $48 on a 5-pan shadow palette, super cool. I love getting deals. So all of these have come from BoxyCharm or the pop-up. So I've paid $12. These are absolutely worth the $12 price point that I've paid. I can't justify the 48, but that is me. So, and I have a lot. If you just saw one color story you like, then $48 wouldn't be bad. You'll probably get a lot of use out of it. But this is why. So I like them a lot. I like them, but I can only make like a certain look with this palette because this is all shimmer. So I have to pull in another palette. I think these greens and these browns are awesome, but I can't just make a look and my nails are awful. I've just taken off a dark purple nail polish and I haven't had time to put more on. So sorry about that. But these are really pretty, but they basically are a one shadow situation. So that is not worth the money to me. And this is very pretty, but they don't quite go together. You have to pull something else in because you only have one matte and there's a lot of gray here, but you got one deep shade, nothing really in the middle. So this one also is just pull a shade out of this palette. I like having them at the $12 price point, but this actually comes at a $48 price point. I couldn't pay that for this. And then the Peak palette was actually created for BoxyCharm. I like this palette. I don't love this palette. I like using this shade and this shimmer shade. So I really could do without these. And maybe in the fall, I'll pull those in a little bit more. But I don't actually feel like this all goes together. They were actually shades pulled out of other palettes. So for me, when this is retailing at $48, I'd say no. I still love having them. I love all of my Natasha Denona palettes. And I actually decluttered a couple. Hopefully you'll see that at this point. I've done a little declutter just to get my makeup collection down, and I let go of a couple of Natasha Denona palettes because even if it's something you love, if you've gotten your use out of it, it's time to let it go. So next I would talk about, I did keep everything that's on my list and I just have to find it. So there's a few of these minis that I think are okay, but I actually think that the palette that they came from, I like a little bit better. So for example, this is the mini star. It's really cute. The big star is like $140. I don't know. It's a lot. Maybe it's the $200 palette. There's a few palettes I'll never own from Natasha Denona, but this color story, I think you can see it's like a 1 to 2 look palette. So once I've created those looks, I don't really reach for this. So I like it for the price point of $25. I would not pay the $200 for the bigger palette, but I think overall I want the color story and the options in that bigger palette, so this one doesn't do enough for me. So that, like I said, I don't hate it. I would probably have skipped it if I would have really thought through that purchase. Another couple for me were the gold. I wanted the gold palette. It's $129. I like this palette. This is perfect for a one really cool smoky green look that I do in the fall. But I wanted the big gold palette. So this one isn't going to get as much use, and I bought it just because I didn't want to spend the money on the big one. And then finally the Glam, only because I did actually get the big Glam. The Mini Glam came out first. Then I got the big Glam, so now I'll never reach into this palette. And the ones I decluttered were the Sunset and the Nude. And so I got a palette from Natasha Denona that's coming, and that's why I replaced that. And I had the Sunset palette. So for me, when she does the mini, the midi, and the big, I typically will buy the cheapest one, and then I want the bigger one. So that's why they weren't worth it for me. So next I will talk about one of my Midi palettes. This was probably my first purchase, and I think it was a gift. I believe it was a gift card that I decided to buy this palette with because the price point's high. It's $65. But like I said, I think I had a gift card, so I might have paid like $15. I like this color story, but what I feel like these lack is depth. So you can't really create a lot of different looks unless you want to do 1 to 2 shades or a wash of color. So like I said, you've got like one deep shade in here. Yes, there's some pops of color, but you can't create a dimensional look with this palette. I feel like I can just pick a yellow or a purple or a brown, and then I pretty much just put a shimmer on top and we're done. So once I looked at this palette, I realized that this was a lot harder to work with than I realized. I'm still happy to have it because I really like her formula. But this being the first Midi palette she came out with, I think that's why I got it. If it would have been the fourth one, I think I would have skipped it. So that is number 8. Number 7 is another 5-pan palette, and I got all of these in BoxyCharm. This one actually came in BoxyCharm, and it's the Cranberry Palette. I think I got this actually in add-ons, maybe. I think I got Coral in my box, and this came in add-ons. This is pretty. I grabbed this because it was $12, but again, really hard to make a look with this, and I need to be more cognizant of that as I move forward because I like just having them, but I really can only come up with like a dark matte in the crease and then a shimmer on the outside. So I will pull this in with other palettes. It's really pretty, and it was worth $12, but $48, I don't know. So like I said, this is not a trash talking of my favorite brand. That's a weird video to do. But I'm just thinking things through as I'm kind of talking about my thoughts on purchasing. So the Coral palette is next, and that is number 6. And it's really, really pretty. And I've seen some really great looks with this one. And again, this is right about the time where my list starts going towards I love everything from here on out. So it's probably just a color story preference for me. This one I can come up with a couple looks. This one came in a BoxyCharm, so technically I didn't pay anything for it because it was just part of the box. And I love that. She's been included quite a bit lately in BoxyCharm. So if you're interested, that might be a good reason to jump into BoxyCharm because almost every month that I've been involved since January, she's been involved with some product, a concealer, a lip something. So something to take into consideration. But next is the purple palette. This would be my second most used 5-pan palette. I really like purples. You guys know this. These shimmers are stunning. These both. I haven't used this gold one, but I've used this all over the lid with both of these. And then I just very so lightly deepened up the outer V with that dark shade. And I really like the look that comes out of this. Sometimes what I find about Natasha's formula is that you might say that as like a dark brown, but it's actually like a, let's give you a, it's not quite a brown. It's more of like a purple color. So I always have to swatch everything because I'm not quite sure what I'm dealing with, especially when you talk about some of the dark colors that she's got. So that would look brown, but it's kind of very dark purple in there. So it works with other purples, but when you look at it in the pan, you're thinking that's a brown. It's not really a brown. So there's that. Also, a couple of minis I have at number 4. These I've been loving a ton. They just came out with the Midi Zendo, and I want it, but I'm gonna wait for a sale or something. And the mini retro. I don't think there is a retro, like a bigger retro yet. Am I wrong? I might be wrong, but I haven't seen it. So this color story and this color story I put together because they kind of work together. Like I feel like this Zendo is the, you know, older sister of the retro. And so I think I got retro first. It's a little light. I have to usually incorporate something else. So these work together pretty well, but they're not like dupes in terms of there's a lot of different things going on, but when you put them next to each other, they work together, if that makes sense. But for $25, the formula is the same as her bigger palettes. And I find that sometimes when I buy a cheaper palette from a brand, I get a different quality. And Natasha Denona is one that I don't. So if I want to pay $25 and get a little bit of the experience, I'm getting the same quality. And I really like that. So this is my favorite 5-pan. This came in my last BoxyCharm. It's just so neutral and I can wear it to work every day. And I have been. It's like start, second, art corner, pick a shimmer. And every time I wear it, I get compliments at work about how nice I look put together. And I feel like it's just so simple. So again, when a color story is a little bit tougher, I'm not knocking it down. The quality's still there, but like I can see the colors that I can put together here. This one's a little bit harder, but I'm still gonna love on all of these palettes. So don't even get me wrong. And then I have a couple of the midis left. So for number 2, actually, I have the Midi Glam, and I've really been loving this. The only one I'm missing is the bronze. Well, now the Zendo, but bronze, I just had a lot of brown, so I didn't grab it. But this one is so pretty for like a going out look. And then I love that the shades in here are like crease, outer lid, inner corner, transition. I love it. I mean, at first I was like, that's weird because the other ones have really fancy names, but it really works for this palette. And I even love my Mini Glam. And, you know, like I said, I wouldn't have bought this if I would have known I was going to pull the trigger on this bigger guy, but they work really well together. So that is my number 2, which leaves, if you know, you know. For my number 1, it goes to the Love. And the Mini Love now. I have the Mini Love. I just got in the last Sephora sale and I'm loving the Love. But this was one of the first palettes I got that was really like, not all over the place, but not easy, but every look I've made looks really, really cute. So it's not like, it's one of those color stories where at first I get a little intimidated, but when I just put together a couple mattes and a shimmer, it just looks so pretty. And these colors are so feminine. So I think that's why I like it too. But this is my absolute favorite. And I had to grab the Mini Love, and I actually waited. This came out at Valentine's Day and I just grabbed it in April. So yay me for waiting for a sale because that does not happen very often. But yeah, that is like a favorite. $25, $65. But again, I got these with 30% off and a gift card that I had gotten from like a birthday or something. So I bought these together, but with 30% off and a gift card, I paid like $1 for these. And I think I got like a midi, but a mini palette as well. So I would say to wrap up this video, I know I talk really fast. I've really been talking fast today. I don't know what that's about. To wrap up my thoughts on Natasha Denona, it is really a really, really nice formula. It really, if you're a beginner or if you just don't have the confidence, you really can put together some beautiful looks. I wouldn't say you need this much. This much is because I love collecting makeup and I got a lot of sales. But what I will say is that you can pick a color story and she really does have the same formula. It's consistent. So you can feel confident buying your color story knowing that the quality is going to be good, just as good as the other ones you're hearing about. So those are my thoughts. And yeah, like I said, I don't own any of the bigger huge palettes like the so that's the thing I love the most about her formula, is that it is pretty consistent throughout any size, any price point of the palettes that she offers. So those are my thoughts on Natasha Denona. I really did enjoy making this video for you guys because it is my favorite formula and I love collecting it. And now I get to tell you about it. So if you have any questions about any of the palettes more specifically, let me know down below. Go check out BoxyCharm. I've got a lot of this makeup for a 1/4 of the price by being a part of BoxyCharm. I've made like 3 videos and my voice is going. Sorry, friends. But But that'll be it for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. And leave me a comment down below if you also love makeup or Natasha Denona or whatever. And I will see you in a video tomorrow. Thanks, guys. Bye.